Is it because he's LeBron James' son, and it because everybody else is in that position? I'm speaking for myself too because I have kids. But am I gonna feel this way, or I'm gonna just tell that young nigga you ain't like that? So
Alright, got complete. Robbie, Self Bill, Kasim, Free Cipher, True Light, my DM Chemistry. I'm a little bit, my wrist is jacked up. It don't look like it. You can see some slight swelling, but I can't do push-ups right now. I'm not sure. I have to get this adjusted and a little bit of probably got a little whiplash, but loving life right now. Good to be alive. Shout out to everybody else that's alive. You gotta have that part, to be true and living. Yeah, I was on the bike. It looks like the bike is washed. Right now it's doesn't start. But you know, gotta deal with the insurance. See how long it takes for them to get me the new one. In the meantime, foot surgery. And for the record, uh, I was at the light. I wasn't. I know what you're thinking. Like, yeah, I was driving crazy. Nah, not this time. I was just waiting for the light, and it was one of those situations too where look, I'm about 250 feet from my destination. This shoulder right here feels a little bit. Kind of increased mobility over there. But So yeah, I was just sitting at the light. I'm like 250 feet. Like I go through this light, make the right, go like half a block, and I'm in. But yeah, that ain't go precisely the way I planned it. Got justice spawned the programmer. District 120. But yeah, I'll let y'all know uh, how my therapy is going when I'm able to get back to doing my push-ups and all that. It's tragic. Maybe now I should get into like some aerobics or something. Shout out, speaking of that, man, shout out to Richard Simmons, man. Richard Simmons returned to the essence. Yeah, Kasim, I'm glad I'm good too. Somehow I don't know what happened too. Like as I left the bike, right? I don't I don't really recall what happened. Like I just remember popping up off the ground. I don't really remember. Apparently it involved my wrist. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look, that wasn't particularly the source of how I started, but uh, Richard Simmons was one of the people that put that being in shape out into the atmosphere.
Who came out first, Jack LaLanne?
Jack LaLanne. Jack LaLanne is from like the 1920s. But Jack LaLanne now he's a different breed. Yeah, you ever seen Jack LaLanne back in the days on TV? I seen Jack LaLanne one day. He had a rope and he's swimming with a boat. He's pulling the boat across the English Channel or some shit like that.
I seen it.
Yeah, he he handed Arnold the L in the push-up contest. But yeah, both of them definitely played their part in some things that just in terms of that health consciousness, now we able to get certain foods that people wasn't even aware of. Man, listen, I seen Jack in the '90s. He was like 90 something. He still had a show. He still was working out. God mind. Good name. But no, that says God. It says God MHD. Oh, so yeah. Now that I realize what that says, what is MHD for? It's not you, it's me. See, it's when whenever I see something with God, I always wonder what that means. Guess maybe you dipped in and out. That's peace. Still, shout out to you. So at any rate, yeah, where we at? Where we at today? You know, I didn't really get a chance to. I didn't really get a chance to focus on a particular. Oh, Heidi. Okay, Mati. But yeah, I didn't get too much of a chance to focus on. What we was gonna go into today. So this is always dangerous, but we go ahead and open up the floor with topics we want to cover today here. Shout out to the God Divine Your Education. His born days today. The month of God rolling on. I guess we got a lot of lag time in here today.
You use two bathrooms?
Let's just start with the math and let's go from there. The cipher we built on the difference between your job and your duty. Anyone else? Anyone else? Bueller? power. But where did we leave off? Where did we leave off with the difference between your job and your duty? It was knowing your power, knowing what you can do and what you can't do. But there is, you know, some experiences that I've been having recently where, I guess, in terms of applying it, it is not as simple as it sounds. You say, what is your power? Is it the truth? Is it your ability? Is it force? Uh, well, you know, what I was getting ready to say is that, some people, uh, whether they expect it or not, right? Uh, whether they realize it or not, they expect certain things to be done by faith. Yeah, yeah, the other night I got hit. Uh, we'll see, they just jacked my insurance. They just jacked my insurance through the roof. So, I'm going to be getting my full round of therapy and all that. But, some people, it's like, do you really know how to manifest power? You know how to talk about power, you know. Now, in terms of when you're dealing with the truth, right? See, the truth is the only thing that can, the truth is the only thing that can elevate you to your fullest potential. Like, see, you can eat all the finest foods and shit, right? And, yeah, that's gonna, raise your ability to be able to reach your fullest potential. You know, you could, you know, gain a lot of various knowledge. I'm saying, about different things. Right? You could pray, you could do all them things, but see, only the truth of who you really are, right, can make you rise to the fullest potential of who you really are. So ultimately, uh, the truth is at the foundation of all those other powers that you manifest. You know what I'm saying? Even uh, when you deal with the power to just walk, that's a power that you gotta have. You gotta come to the realization that you got within yourself. Kasim said power and force are different. I actually agree with that. see, there's a difference between somebody being witness to your power, right, and you forcing them to do something. You know, like if you got expertise in a particular topic, right, then I'm gonna follow your lead. I'm gonna follow your lead, right, because I acknowledge your power. Divine understanding, the Encyclopedia Brown. Right? You said, wouldn't that be force being used in a compulsory way? With what is the that you're talking about?
They got passed on.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, we'll trade it up.
Hey, y'all live?
Yeah.
Thanks for shouting me out before.
So you're saying, like, as far as forcing things, like, what you mean by that? Like, see, what I'm saying is, look, uh, when we go out and teach, right, people bear witness to our power, right? And then, when they ask us and we let them know that, you know, this same power exists within you, right? Then they're like, all right, let me know some more. That's the difference than if I go on the block and tell everybody, look, be down and lay down. Brad's King. Said power misuse causes one to force things upon others or when attempting to make a thing happen. I mean, you could call it power misuse, or you could just call it, you know, because in reality, right, when you got to force somebody to do something, you don't got the power. Like what you dealing with is something else. Cause see, sometimes, uh, we, in the terms that we speaking, right, you gotta realize that okay, we talking about supreme mathematics, right? So, the power that we talking about, it's gotta be supreme. And if it's not supreme, then it's not. See, just like when I say equality is not limited, six is limited. Because if it was limited, then it couldn't be supreme. us. Here we are, still a little bit in shock from that accident. But back to this. Oh yeah, Kasim said he'll be back in a minute to touch on that other topic. It's the green one. He touched on that other topic where he was talking about the difference between your job and your duty. But I don't know where we left off with that. I'll tell you this much though, right? I know we covered this before. I don't know if that was a part of the conversation he was talking about. But see, only you could do your duty. See, you can send somebody else to do your job. It might be somebody else who can get the job done. But that's different from your duty. Like if you got a post or something, right? And you're supposed to be holding something down. And then you leave your post. Now somebody else might notice, oh snap, nobody's standing where somebody's supposed to be posted. And then they could go stand there. But you still was derelicting your duty. And those would be two different things. See, you couldn't come back and say, well, look, the job is, still was done. See, that's one of the things, even with the, various people, using our flag or whatever, then you got this thing where, let them wear the flag so they can take it somewhere where it hasn't been. I'd like to know where that is now. Like I'm talking about right now, in this present day and time right now, when I'm speaking to you, right? Now it's probably where is there somewhere in like inner Mongolia or something where it might be a small village and people never heard of us? So you got a lot of people, they might go out there and get the job done of spreading the word. But they can't do our duty, which is teach. What does this say? CIN 711. Sin 711? 793rd. Yeah, you know, I'm decent. My wrist is jacked up, and my neck is stiff over here, right there. I can't, I can't do, I can't do push-ups. But you know, I ain't got like no road burning or all that. You know what I'm saying? All right, sincere for sure. So wait, is sincere your name or your nickname? Like is Sin 711 your name? But we from though, sincere. Yeah, that's it. Listen, I was just telling the brothers earlier, man. You know, really, really loving life. Really loving life at the moment. You know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta have that part to be the true and living. Can't really be true and living. You know, you had your time. You know, you had your time. You know, but you know, somebody else will be living it out once that happens. So you said, you know, New York City School of Mecca, born in Medina, my people was in the desert. QU. Malik, what's the deal? Yeah, I'm a little bit. I got look. I'm gonna go to therapy. I'm gonna go to therapy and get back, you know, as close to 100% as I can. Who's this person? Oh, that's what it is, man. Well, you know, I guess welcome to the channel. Since 7-Eleven. But you know, I will ask this though. You know your lessons? Not that I'm gonna ask you. You know, calm down. Don't get you know, see, remain calm. But you know, I just want you on record. I just want you on record. So not 120. So what degrees? What degrees you know? A divine understanding. What you saying? Are you saying there's a pattern? are you saying are you saying there's a pattern here? Okay, so you're a student in Rome. And how long have you had the knowledge? And you know, I you know, most of the time, I like to think I'm freestyling, but I guess maybe there is a pattern. Edward Green, yeah, somebody did mention Dr. Ruth. You know, I remember when she had her radio show. But you know, so you said the name was given to you by Rakim, and which Rakim would that be? Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something, Rash. Truth Rules from Grand Rapids, Michigan. The topic of using supreme mathematics. I mean, you know, well, I like to think that that's my topic every day. But you know, I actually was just looking at it. It's been over 700 videos. So there's some that stand out to me more than others. You know, sometimes you gotta kind of bring me back to the moment. Self realization. Grand Rapids, Michigan. See, that's one of those places. Is there a lot of brothers out there? You know, that's still that's still amazing to me, man. Uh, you know, when that the knowledge is in all these places. Like if you really came outside and said you was from Grand Rapids, Michigan, it'd have been like you was an alien that that beamed down right there on the block. Like, yo, Grand Rapids, Michigan. You got the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not, uh, like unbelievable, but it's just one of them things where, to see it before that was the case, and then to see it after, it's like this. It's some things that, the science of it, but it's still miraculous. So I lived in Harlem, got my student enrollment in Mecca from CLI. Okay, so you're going back some time. You're going back some time here because I mean CLI return that's over 10 years. So then you went to the army, and so let me go out on a limb here. You know, we know that the wise men don't speculate, so I'm just I'm just gonna guess. Right? Let me guess. So you went into the army, right? And even though you only knew the 1 to 10, you continue to teach and build and add on. And many brothers uh, in the army today have the knowledge of self thanks to the precise and strong building that you were doing. That's what happened, right? The question of the day, it's really, it is one of those things we see in the pandemic. I had that time. To just be doing multiple posts and all that. But yeah, I missed the question of the day too. I like that. Okay, so you said yes, you get busy. Okay, so I gotta ask, how come we haven't had this large influx, right, of brothers and sisters that's saying that they got the knowledge from you? So, like, for instance, what's the guy's name down in D.C. now? He changed it. You see, the guy was in the military, and through the military, being various places and meeting people from various places, you know, I've been hearing his name for years. He said, I'm here as a student. I teach, not leave family. Yeah, I mean, we still gotta know who we're dealing with. Like that's like if it was, if it was some type of technological advancement, right? Like if anybody out there, if you had that level of technical expertise, right, where you could invent a button where I could just press that button and know what somebody's about. Look, I come to your house and build straight for 6 months. By the time I finish, you know everything I know. See, if I just had a button and just a cloud just pop over a motherfucker head. Just I'm a snake motherfucker. Like, tell me that wouldn't be. Look, what else would you need in life? I don't know my lessons. You know what I'm saying? You just save time like that. But at any rate, sincere, one of the things about knowing your lessons, man, is in order to be qualified to teach something, you gotta know it. You might know about it, and you're able to use it on a mundane level. But there's times when you gotta be exact. Like we know that it's sugar, eggs, milk, flour, right? But how much you got of each? Do you know? In that instance, like you can know about, the basics of what goes in cake. Said how much land and how much water, what is missing. You got me with that one. I don't think I worded it like that. I think you're talking about okay, the land and water. You got the 57,255,000 square miles of land, right? 29 million square miles is useful land. Uh, 14 million square miles is desert. 1,910,000 square miles is hills and mountains. And that adds up. Can somebody add that up for me real quick? I know there's 12,345,000 is 57 million minus 12,345,000. Right, the 12,345,000 is the ice cap land. But like I said, I would have worded the question a little bit different. But yeah, I recall building on that one. What about see, since you like these ones involving mathematics? You remember if a day is like 1,000 years to God, right? Then what part of a day is 600 years? Remember that one? That's You don't recall that one? With 793rd. 793rd, but see, 793rd, he's got to catch up. Whenever he comes in, he goes back to the beginning and then puts it on double speed till he catches up. $14 hours, 24 minutes. Yeah, 14 hours, 24 minutes. Chill, we had some good ones. That's you know what those would be good for? Those would be good for the shorts now. But yeah, Kasim, I was saying that too. Where did we leave off at? You were saying the discussion about a job versus a duty. DC realm. So VC realm, you ready for this? You ready for this New York Knicks season? I know things may be a little cloudy now, with the whole Bronny James going on, but you know how us Knicks fans, we gotta stay focused. Yeah, I'm about to I'm about to expand with that. I just gotta figure out how to get those little how to churn those videos out. But yeah, Kasim, I'm saying, where did we end the conversation with, or where did we, I recall having the conversation, but like I was telling the brother a while ago, it's been, I just looked at the what's name, it said 712 videos. I think that's what it said. So Brinson is a different brother. He left $100 million on the table. I haven't been, on top of really anybody's contract recently. Like guys get so much money now that's, I don't even. But the way the league is about to be structured, that everybody's gonna have to start doing that. Because the reality is, the super team worked for Boston. It worked for Miami. You know, it was half-assed. You know, LeBron, he carried it to Cleveland too, but that's been failing miserably since Cleveland. So we was doing a school drive before I was incarcerated, the haircuts, the girls' hair done, school supplies, etc. So someone said to me, "What am I doing?" And I was like, "My job." But he was like, "No, you're doing your duty. You're not getting paid for this." Uh, that's true. You know, ultimately, you know, your job can be included in your duty. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you got children or whatever. You know, you gotta support them, right? That's your duty. You know, so when you're working at your job, you're doing your duty. It can be synonymous, you know, but at the same time, right? Uh, we know that it could be times where it's like, okay, the job is saying that, look, you know, we'll give you overtime or whatever, and you're like, yeah, but look, I gotta go do my duty and pick my kids up. Yeah, cussing. And also, you know, in a situation like that, right? You know, you missed it. What I was speaking on it earlier, right? Is that see, anybody could do a job, right? You know, anybody could have went out there, you know, and put up some money, got some book bags, uh, you know, got somebody come up there, do some haircuts, do, you know, everything what you said, right? But they wouldn't have done your duty to your community. They did their duty, but they didn't do your duty, right? Even though they might have just heard that, okay, you was you was about to do that or whatever, right? And then maybe, like, you know, you got incarcerated, and then they took over and said, okay, look, this is still gonna happen. So the job was done, right? But you know, if this is the community that you from, this is the community that raised you, and this is why you giving back, then he didn't do your duty. He says certain jobs include different duties. Uh, you know, yeah, that's, you know, speaking on that more mundane level, you know, just in terms of, okay, these is the things that you're required to do in order to keep this money, right? In order to do this, this this job, whatever, to be here to get your paycheck, right? You see, you can quit your job. And then you don't got those duties no more. But when you took in, you can't you can't quit teaching. You can't, certain things that, when you took them out, was your duty to do in the universe. Like even the time can pass, right? Like let's say you got people that they miss their children's whole childhood, right? For whatever reason. Even though the time passed to do that job, right? You still fell down on your duty. You still didn't do your duty. See, it's not like you clock out, and then now that whatever happened down there, that wasn't on me. So you can't do that. Uh, with a universal duty. So duties are often assigned based on specific needs, while responsibilities are broader and more long term. Duties can be moral obligations or commitments that people perform based on conventions, regulations, or moral rules. Responsibilities are the act of accepting and acting on a task that has been assigned. I mean, I don't know if what we talking about uh, really falls under these definitions right here. You see, we just are who we are, right? We knowledge our power, and who we are and what our power is, right, determines our role. In your role in the survival of man, woman, and child is your duty. You know, we not, we. It may seem like a sign because somebody tells you that when you come into the knowledge, right? Actually, nobody didn't tell me that. That was peculiar, but we don't have to teach because we was assigned that. Who is the authority that assigned it? We do that because that's our role in the survival of, we say we the father of civilization. You said do a post. on using supreme alphabet. I mean, I don't think it, would be that much different. You know, just with everything, you gotta remember that there's principles, right? And then there's the acting on, right, according to those principles or disaccording to those principles, right? And so, okay, our duty is to teach, right? Our duty is to, be a benefit to our family and our community, right? So the actions of that is what Kasim was talking about. See, built into those plans that he was manifesting, right? Is self and savior. See all those various things, you know what I'm saying? Uh, we gotta study and learn. That's the action of it, right? Accumulating knowledge. We say kings lose crowns, teachers can always teach them. And see, that's where there's a fine line right there between sex and equality. See what happens. See, plus at least I always think like that. Like if a person is at their job, right? If a person is at their job, right? Look, they're going to do a good day's work and all that, right? But generally speaking, for most people, there's a limit. At your job, that is not with your duty. Most people, just say, you in corporate America or whatever, right? They're not gonna give their life for their job. You see, the line of duty is something else. See, right now, I don't know if that's PTSD. I was just, I don't even know if you would call that a flashback, but I just happened to look at the time, right? And this is right around the time that we started winding down last Tuesday. And that time, everything maneuver up to where I was at. That's approximately 11:30. I had made a couple stops. Everything was loud. Is that PTSD? I might have to tell them that. I might have to tell them that when I go to therapy. You said PTSD is when you yell at them for not making it easy to explain. Yeah, I don't. I mean, shit. Some things it do be like that. Like that is one of the dumbest things that happen and shit. And this is like a customary thing, right? But look, a motherfucker asked me if I'm alright. Hey nigga, I just got hit by a car. What the fuck kind of question is that? Some things I think is that you got to think about it, and then you will see that ridiculous. But at any rate, because I gotta go, I gotta get up early tomorrow and handle some BI, and then we also have we have our live stream tomorrow. You know, that was one thing I was thinking. You know, last week that was good. You know, I got the 2 live streams in.
That's my man.
And you know, I ended up seeing the guy too, man. Shout out to Born Law. Born Law made it out here, and Saturday we all maintained. Some other brothers came through with us. Great time. Peace. But so you know, I guess, man, we're gonna go ahead and ask for any. You got any last questions? Nah, not yet, Mr. Greenwood. You know, so far I just called the insurance people. You know, if it's something where I don't have to get too caught up, I don't want to. Peace. The Barnes Farm.
What's going on,
Now I'm extra shit, maintain peace. And then let's just maintain. What you up to? Yeah. Yeah, nah, this is my first day back out. You know, we was recuperating. We was with Born Law came out here.
Yeah?
Yeah. So we went up there to hit you ready and shit.
Out there at P-Line?
Yeah. A little cookout and all that going on. Yeah, we was...
What? I missed the festive. Oh, you can see what I'm in
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. You still out here?
Nah, he went back. Yeah. I think shit, I'm about to go out there.
Yeah, yo, I'm telling you, God, that's what it's at.
Yeah.
He showed me the whole lay of the land. That's who showed me the whole lay of the land. That's the shit out there, boy. Let me tell you. Boy, how long you gonna be at?
Probably by another 30, 45. All right. Peace.
You got
Peace. Oh yeah, nah. I got that's official right there. I got hit. I got a claim number and everything from the insurance people. Got a case with them against the city of New York. Now, see, if you're going against the city of New York, yeah, you need a lawyer. fuck around, man. Cause you know, New York is gonna fight you tooth and nail. Hey, yo, complete. You remember that guy that kept hijacking the trains and the buses, but he wasn't. He didn't like he would drive them on the route, and he hijack the bus and make all the stops and everything. Yeah, it was a dude. He's been doing it since the 80s, man. He 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 he's actually done like 18 years. I didn't realize it was that much time. He's done 18 years uh, for impersonating transit officers. You know, he's hijacked Greyhounds, you know, MTA buses, you know, the train. But yeah, apparently, dude is locked up. They got him under the psychiatric confinement where they can just keep you. But yeah, he started in the 80s. Yeah, that was bugged out. That was one of the things. Was like, cause that was the thing about him. It's like you forget about him, and then every couple of years you see him. He's back on the news. He's been arrested for hijacking a train again. I always felt bad for him though because you know he just wanted to be a conductor. But yeah, back to the what's the name? Like I said, we're gonna wind this one down. You got any last questions before we oh, Mr. Greenwood, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, the guy knows everything. He knows so much about the trains and the train system that he fools like when he goes to take the trains and the buses, uh, guys, the people that work there, you know, they never aware that he don't. Trump. I mean, look, I wasn't even gonna say nothing about that. You know, look, you know, as far as that, uh, for me, I'm still doing knowledge. They keep deleting your messages whenever you mention them. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. But I don't know. What happened there with what we said. You know what I'm saying? There's some things, you know, uh, some questions. There's some questions that you know anybody would have. You know, and look, I've never been in the military. I've never been police, but a place where it was that easy to even get a shot off. It's already kind of that's peculiar that they would miss that. You know, uh, and this is something. Uh, you know, why do all of these people have ARs? I don't know if we could say the whole name, but why do they all have the same? So I don't know. You know, but one thing you gotta notice that Trump went Black Power. Trump, listen, Trump pumping that Black Power. Trump was pumping that Black Power after it happened. But yeah, I don't even. They don't. Uh, they already don't like us like that over here in Random Jews. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if we would be all exploring that topic on here. But yeah, I'm aware that it happened. I saw it. Uh, I definitely, it's one of those things where, for me, I got to do now. With a lot of people, they already got a working theory of how they think everything happens. You see what I'm saying? So as soon as that happened, you had some people that already here see because now look, I do. Now look, I think that's an open question. I think that's a fair question. I think you two can give me some leeway, right, to ask this question, right? How many percentage points, right, would you say he gained? how many percentage points of the, population that's voting, right? Let's say he was 49% to 50% for Biden at 10 o'clock that morning, right? This event happens. How many percentage points did he gain? And to be clear, we're not saying that that's why he did it, but just as a result. So Mr. Greenpoint said he gained about 27%. I mean, that would pretty much be a flawless victory at that point. he said, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a big jump, 27%. I was thinking about 5%, man, myself. And I'm saying I that's a, is I didn't just pick 5% because you said body his own self at a debate. Now look at, I think this is all uh like I said, I'm not saying it was planned, but it's like the timing on that in terms of Biden being in trouble in a situation where at the very least you might have a lot of people who feel like, look, I'm not gonna vote for him. I'm not gonna vote for Trump, but I can vote for what I've been seeing from him uh, the last couple of weeks or whatever. That happening at the same time. Uh, but then again, at the same time, we've been seeing recently that these polls, they don't know what they're talking about. So see, Trump could already been up by 15 or down by 15, and we wouldn't know it because we counting on these people that's been continuously wrong for the last at least 20 years. That's my real thing, man. It's just like I don't like the idea. Even when you deal with uh, just the cutting edge nature of the time that we in, dealing with the technological advancements and all of that. I don't like that. Yes. All right. Okay. Peace. I don't like the idea of two people 80 years old, uh, leading the way. I don't know how that's, that don't seem right to me. You know, people, uh, you know, even in terms of, you're already ruling based on the last century. But on top of that, these things that you're doing, you're not the one that's going to have to live with them. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the rest of that. You know, maybe when some more concrete information comes out or something, we might be able to revisit it. But for right now, for right now, who who knows what we witnessed there. But everybody, we had this is actually we haven't. This is a little bit short. But if we ain't got no other questions right now, everybody can do the each one teach one. Hit the like button. This one, I don't know if share that if you want. But in the meantime, between time, we're gonna go ahead. Jigger 1017. What is the deal? Well, like I was telling the brothers, my wrist is jacked up. Can't do push-ups right now. Yes. So you can see quite a difference there in the let me turn like that. You can see a difference in the mobility, how this one goes all the way and this one barely, so I gotta figure that out. I guess you can see that, and from that angle you can see some swelling. And over here I got this is a little stiff in here. So that's about it, Don Bishop. That's about it. But hopefully, a couple weeks and some therapeutic interactions, and I should be able to get that back. Nah, not yet. Right now, I just talked to the insurance, but see, I don't want all this complex. I need them to place my bike. But like I was saying earlier, at the end of the day, it's you know, you, you, certain things happen, and then you really appreciate life itself. So you need life itself to have a partnership with the body in order for you to be the true and living. See, once that partnership is severed, then somebody else got to come in their own good time at that point. Other than that, I'm going to sign off and say peace, and I shall see y'all tomorrow evening. So Lord Jamar challenged the Kara's One and Busta Rhymes about Latinos' influence in hip hop, or not really. I mean, we can touch on it. I mean, I think I've already touched on it that I don't know what they're talking about. And then now that's something different too. What you saying, right? When you say Latinos' influence in hip hop, they did influence it, but these things that they started it, uh, like where was the mass of them that was doing that? A lot of times uh, people will point out that, look, uh, these people was doing this thing over here in this other place. But see, that don't necessarily mean that that's where those people got it from. Like just in terms of, making that leap right there, right? Where if you say, well, Jamaicans was playing music outside. Yeah, black people was playing music outside too. Like, from the jump, when they were singing them songs that they were singing in the field. Black people was rhyming against each other, playing the dozens. All of this stuff, man, before it was anybody in America called the immigrant. Not saying that there was no immigrants, but I don't know if they had that name at that time. You know, people, you know, people was dance battling against each other with tap dancing. So my observation was that these was all things that was already a part of black culture. Like, look, here's a question. Because there's some things that's like, look, you gotta explain. Why was all these James Brown records in the beginning? Not in the very, very beginning, but a lot of what they was doing, that's who they was imitating. Like when you seeing dudes harmonizing, that's what was going on in the 60s and the early 70s, dudes were standing around harmonizing. In New York City, in particular, that was something that little kids had been doing. Standing outside, making music together. Look up the history of Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers. Where's the Spanish records that everybody was making? James Brown said he's actually the father of hip hop. Yeah, him too is bullshit if he said that. But I'm just saying, where's the Spanish artist, right? Because I mean, at the end of the day, some shit is proximity. Everybody's family had those records. Like show me in Puerto Rico, right, where people was wearing those styles. The style of clothes or something. When was the first time hip hop was played at the Puerto Rican Day Parade? And I don't know the answer. I'm asking like the because I'm saying these things should have happened if Puerto Ricans invented hip hop. Said contributions like letting hip hop get played in their clubs on certain days that goes back. I mean, you know, you could say that about everybody. Like flashing and then own the fever. I mean, they was, they definitely was a part of the evolution, of what we know hip hop is right now. But what they did is came in and helped with the evolution of something that was a product of black culture. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a lot of different people. They claim a lot of different things, but like there was a unique mix of factors that existed. You know, all of the factors, not just one thing. Oh, you was playing music outside, yeah, but it wasn't. It was disco. yo, y'all was doing this dance. I mean, look. There's some elements of hip hop that come from us, right? The b-boy stance and all of this, right? We not, so who knows? Luke Cage. But I do think ultimately, uh, I do think, ultimately there is something to be said for just, like that's kind of clear proof, right? That we're not going to be allowed to, to have anything. We're not, that's not going to be allowed. It pains people to say that. I think just to say, yeah, your brother's friend of her young cats at that, you know, uh, started this whole thing. Like that can't possibly be. But we digress. At the end of the day, like I said, shout out. I'm gonna recuperate, and I see y'all tomorrow. Like you said, Luke Cage. You was just listening to what joint is that? My Return. Wow, we found that. I don't even know. There's jump offs that came that I don't know. I would. I haven't even thought about the existence of that. And can't call it. Yeah, YouTube do got a lot of drinks. Yeah, I mean, to me, I really, you know what it is. The shit I don't like about those kind of conversations is that it bring about separation, for no reason. You know what I mean? It's one of the things where like by the end of this, discussion, now things have been said where true lights. I don't recall hearing anyone riding by the school playing hip hop during strong food as they were celebrating their culture. I mean, look, look, it's clear to see. Uh, you know, there's various reasons for that, right? But if you really look, right, over the time, black people from America haven't really assimilated that much stuff from other places. You got some styles like, you know what I'm saying? Uh, Remember when I first started seeing a lot of people, West Indians or whatever, they had certain styles. People might wear that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that shit's fresh. You definitely got people that, listen to reggae music, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But I'm saying, like, generally speaking, everyone's has come here and assimilated into using our language, dressing our dress, walking our walk. And it's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying that that's kind of the, this is the historically what we've seen. See, like right now, right, you could go into a Spanish neighborhood, right, all over America, and hear them doing hip hop in Spanish. How many neighborhoods you go into and hear them doing bachata music in English? Black people. That's just you know, culture flows in directions through space and through time. He said, well, yeah, look, I don't have a problem, with those things. Like to say they shouldn't be doing that like that. Trap Spanish, drill Spanish. Now, in terms of just, uh, is that music gonna be beneficial to their community or whatever? Because I mean, at the end of the day, you know, if you love hip hop, then you know you got to realize that all of these people becoming a part of the movement and everything, all of these people, you know, the you know how interested it was to all of those people is a part of why you know hip hop is still around. You know, it had to grow in that way. Did Dwight Mann create hip hop? Okay, who's Dwight Mann? Like you know, what's his hip hop name? See, that's what it could be. You know, I don't know. No, I'm not familiar with that name. Breadpool TV. Jamar sounds like he's after the shot. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of this stuff, man. You know, I don't know why. You know, this is coming up now. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, Mike Smith, I can make a very good case for that. So Mike Smith said, "Did the white man create hip hop?" There's a. I mean, when people start talking about all this other ridiculous stuff, then yeah, I mean, you actually, uh, you know, in the timeline, in the way that I think about it, right? You know, all of this in terms of music that we made over here, right? Uh, is based upon European classical music. When black people was exposed to European classical music, which is religious music, right? Mozart and Beethoven, them type of cats, they was the first pop artists. You know, before that, you know, this music was supposed to be moving your soul. You know, you were supposed to just be using music for mundane purposes. And when black people got exposed to that music, you got gospel. You know that music and those ideas and concepts when they was exposed to those uh, European religious classical music uh, sounds and concepts, they formulated gospel, right? And then from gospel, you know, you get all of the you know various jazz, uh, blues, etc., music that springs from uh, gospel. And then, of course, you know, from jazz, you get uh, soul, funk, you know, you get disco, you know, hip hop, all of these things. So it's an evolution of music. You know, music evolves. You know, And in that way, if you're dealing with music that's on a major or minor scale, is European classical music. So I mean, when I hear people saying, that, hip hop is from like Minnesota because somebody out there was doing, somebody, then yeah. Said the dance rituals of the Yoruba were the styles they used in churches. Hmm. But when you go to various other places, there's other scales. Said a lot of samples came from white electronic music like Planet Rock. Planet Rock was sampled? Planet Rock was sampled from Trans Europe Express? Yeah, I never noticed that before. Oh snap! You know something? Now I'm thinking about it in my mind. Yeah, that is Trans Europe Express. You see that? Yeah, but that wasn't really digging the crates because Trans Europe Express wasn't even an old record when Planet Rock came up. Not old like that. But yeah, Trans, Trans Europe Express. That's one of the songs I got. Like when in my old school, that AJ Scratch, Jailhouse Rap, couple jump offs I got in the old school playlist. See what it was, I never was a huge African vampire fan, and I'm not saying that you know in retrospect based upon things that came out. I just I always was into the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? So the guys, Melly Mel, Kumo D was my guy. Like that was my favorite person out of everybody, uh, back in those days, and I remember when uh, he came on Graffiti Rock and burned everybody. But so, you know, so Sonic Force was never really they rhymes wasn't like that. Positive K. But that's something that you know that doesn't come up that much. But look, right now, look, here's little trivia. Does anybody remember Cool Herc's group? I know Complete gotta remember this. If 793 is still in here, he probably will. But like even of course, we kind of switching speeds right now. Because we're not talking about the beginning of hip hop no more. But even like Sugar Hill Gang and all of that, I like the words. So of the various people, right, that have they've said these people was the founders of it. You know, uh, Cool Herc, Dan Bada, Flash, of them. Uh, to me, the song "Self Destruction" was a classic in my eyes. Uh, you know, there's two ways to look at that. Those two records, if you remember, you had Self Destruction out here, and then on the West Coast, they made the same game. And I'm sure, especially we got Don Bishop here, we check conspiracy theories, right? I'm sure you're gonna have one for this, but that was the end of a lot of people's careers. Those two records. Now, I can't say that, it was some type of response from the industry, you know, in which you niggas trying to be positive. you niggas, you niggas trying to be positive. But yeah, Cool Herc, yeah, his group was the Herculoids. You see that? Now look, one person. One person. That's what I'm saying. A lot of these people, they talking about they invented hip hop. Bro, where's the proof? Where's the hip hop? But yeah, Cool Herc and the Herculoids. You said you don't think We Are the World influenced those particular records? Yeah, those records ended a lot of careers too. It was a little bit different phenomenon. And it was a great moment. You know what I'm saying? The self destruction coming out, and people doing that. But see, sometimes, when something starts out rebellious, right, and then it loses that rebellion, then it's not the same no more. Not necessarily that it got to be, shoot 'em up, bang bang. But maybe one of the most classic examples is Ice Cube. You just you can't get death certificate, right, from the guy that's made it, Honey I Shrunk the Kids, or whatever was that movie he made. Same thing happened with Live Aid, with rock and roll. Yeah, are we there yet? No, that's what I'm saying. See, once you doing this type of stuff, right? And it's not that it's not good. I'm not, dealt with growth and development. I'm just saying that in terms of the impact now that that's going to have on the music career that you built as a militant, right? It's not going to have a positive impact on that. He said Black Korea doesn't hit the same after all we did yet. Hey man. That's like it used to be people that different things, like there was people that, like, you supposed to be a heartthrob and shit, right? So in the media you single, but in real life motherfuckers married and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like people used to. You know, because if the people knew that you was married, then the image wouldn't be people wouldn't buy it. Say certain youth is able to generate multiple streams of income in various ways could be considered smart utilizing the internet. You mean scamming? Nah, I mean when you say smart, right? You know, in terms of hip hop, right? You just gotta look at the subject matter. You know, especially when you look at the people, right? And so what I mean by that is that and you know it's always certain people that because I don't know a lot of the artists or whatever. So it's certain people that because they so out there in my face, I always use their name, right? But take Sexy Red, right? And MC Light, right? Now MC Light was like 16 or 17 when she came out, right? And Sexy Red is 25. But look at the difference in they subject matter. You know, let alone they actions, but just they subject matter, their vocabulary, the complexity of the ideas they conveying. You know, these are things that take intelligence. You know, merch, gaming channels, social media. These is a little more just follow. Yeah, especially social media. It's kind of yeah. You can like kind of group various channels, you know, together. It's like yeah, this is the same show. Yeah, they don't. That's the thing. You know, I do think there's a difference. I just think there's a difference because you know, rather you work it for the positive or you don't work it for the positive, right? The algorithm is between you and success now. Okay, right. Now, see that what you said? Some retire from rap and just go to podcasting or blogging. Exactly because the, uh, you know, the algorithm responds more to that than to the music. You see, George Clinton and P Funk actually started out as one of those harmonizing groups you mentioned earlier. You know, I heard uh, this wasn't that long ago neither. I heard one of their records name. It was like a doo wop record or something. It was like something like, wait, this is who? But yeah, it was like Funkadelic But it was looking. It definitely wasn't to smell my finger stuff, man. Yeah, but I think that changes the dynamic of everything. You know what I'm saying? It's it that algorithm, you know, kind of makes it a different. You know, the algorithm can be responding to you, right? You know, like there's certain things that's just on my page. You know, like when I open up YouTube or whatever, certain things that's just there on my page. So that the algorithm is just doing that. You know what I mean? But I'm not invested in this. You know what I mean? I might have clicked on it for any other various reasons. You know what I'm saying? You know, so you know, you go on TikTok or whatever and you see something for a minute or you know what I mean, you scroll past something, uh, you know, now contrast that with the random thing that used to happen back in the days with music, right? The random thing they had back in the days was make it or break it or pump it or dump it, where they would just play records, you know, like, you know, there's people that came on Make It or Break It, Rakim, Karis One, you know, and it was like, look, we're about to play this record, right? Call into the station. If you like the record, you know, say pump it. If you don't like the record, say dump it. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and it was like a big thing. It was like a show that we tuned into. That's how you got up on the new artists. The people who was on Make It or Break It or Pump It or Dump It, they became the new artists. You know what I mean? So we're more invested in that. You know, when we hear this person, oh snap, they coming out with an album, we much more likely to go down there and check it. You know what I mean? You know, now, you know, people just go to the club and take pictures with their phone. But back in the days, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, you if you go into the party, you dancing to this record, you're not just dancing to records that's a novelty. You know what I'm saying? You dancing to right, Stretch Armstrong or Barbito. Now that whole 105 that they was on, that whole, you know, when they came on, that's what that was all about. Them, Hank Love, DNA. That's where you know what I'm saying, you got up on the new music, but you know, even with that stuff, right? You know, you was looking for something to invest in. You know what I mean? You sitting at the radio with your tape on record and pause so you can hit it the second something new comes on, you know what I mean? And, you know, it might be trash. You know what I'm saying? Or they might announce, yo, we got something new from, you know, this artist right here that you know, so you're sitting there ready. Yo, when we come back from commercial, we gonna rock this joint. Whereas now, I might click on your thumbnail because of how ridiculous you looked in the thumbnail. Sit down, Bishop. You, yeah, read your Bible, man. But that's what I would say. Uh, in terms of it just being more intellectual. You know, even I think to not even cross the lines, right? But to stay in the gangster category, right, bro? Uh, NWA was social commentary in comparison. I mean, even at the time, it was social commentary. But I'm saying, especially if you put it out to, those people who claim to be imitating them now. Like Too Short was giving relationship advice in comparison to the prostitution that's being promoted right now. And you don't even have to compare a gangster rapper to Karis One or Chuck D. Forget about that. Once they learn how to market Snoop, there was nothing but corporate from there on. I mean, you know something? And I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm just saying that did we respond to Snoop or did we respond to the messaging? Because remember, you can't leave out the response. Just the fact that who was that brother that returned to the essence? Singleton that made the movies. You know, he makes X amount of movies, right, about historical things that people should know about, and he makes X amount of gangster movies. Which ones did people fill up the theaters for? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when he goes to get funding, you know what I mean, for this movie, they like, yeah, but your people ain't respond to that. far. Old school is in the building. I think. Let me see something. We ain't got too much longer. Yeah, we just about out of juice over there. I mean, I'm good to bar. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling the brothers, you know, my arm, my wrist, this wrist right here, it's not bending like it's supposed to. It's not responding. You know, I'm gonna have to do a little therapy with that. And I got a little stiffness in my thorax up here, thoracic vertebrae. Uh, yeah, right now that's all I could do. That's all I could do is kind of stay off it. But I talked to the insurance people. I talked to the insurance people. I talked to the insurance people this morning. So they're supposed to call me back by tomorrow, and you know what I mean. I'm gonna talk to them about all of that. Going to get. I don't know what they gotta do. Gotta leave that up to professionals. See, I mean, VC Rum is it's one of them things where you know it's just a classic short term thing. You know, it's like put it like this, right? You know, even people that manipulate the algorithm or whatever, they're still not considered, you know, really successful until they're able to transfer some of that into some other realm besides just the internet. You know, like you could have a great a great podcast, right? A great live stream, whatever it is, right? But now if I get a contract from, you know, whatever magazine or something, now it's really looked at as a success story, you know what I mean? And that's like one of the things is that they're not able to translate it in a lot of ways. And so that's what you see where, you know, they got a lot of popularity. But, you know, once the novelty of their existence, you know, that novelty part wears off. You know what I'm saying? Being like, look, you know, Michael Jackson, when you first come out, you know, you're a cute little kid and shit, and you're doing all the fucking James Brown dances like you're James Brown. But now to be able to sustain that 25, 30 years old, I'm saying, that's a good success is achieved or perceived. The ambulance came for me, Mr. Greenwood. Yeah, see this last thing you put there, VC Realm, that's all G. See, the reality is that the internet, it reaches everybody, right? But because everybody's looking at their own stuff, it's narrowcasting. It's not necessarily broadcasting. You know what I mean? And when you broadcast, you can cast these kind of broad nets. You know what I mean? In terms of the things that they marketing to people, you know, that's the business that they making money. That's this is the reason why they're showing you this entertainment, whatever it is, right? And so because it's narrow casting, right, and you can't cast these broad nets, you need to find individuals, right, that whatever demographic of people identify with, right, they call those influencers, right? So in reality, these people that you've been looking at as independent influencers, a lot of them, right, is just people that corporate America has been working through. I mean, I would never say all of them, you know, but you know, the major ones that you're seeing, uh, you know, they're in because look, you got you got X amount of them. Like I said, that corporate America is working through them, right? And then you got a whole other percentage, right, that they're faking. Like, all this shit is fake. So I'm saying, like, you know, between once you start taking away all the various demographics of this shit that's not real, yeah, who you left with? Under 50K subscribers? In I mean, I don't know if you know, and I don't know what the number is, right? But uh, you know, 50,000 followers, right? Under or around 10,000 views, right? Is that considered an influencer? Because that's the whole point of you know uh, raising your profile by doing these various things. Other channels that's major take bits and pieces from their videos, of course. They're not creative. See exactly what you said. See all those other things, the social media, all see that's what ends up happening. That the person that you watching, you might be watching them for music or you watch them in a podcast, but their primary talent is not the podcast or making music. Their primary talent is social media marketing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what's you getting, you know, uh, you know, Sexy Red's primary talent, right, is